Yeah, that's like crazy video. It's like, okay. Oh.
All right, the first example I would like you to write down is we're going to solve using the graphing calculator. 1/3 x squared plus 2x minus 9. So we're going to write that one down in our notes, please. And I'm going to also, while I'm writing this down, because it does require some steps that you have to do, I'm going to have us write the steps down in our notes so then you have a reference to go back to, because once you do it in class a couple times, you might forget. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is turn our calculators on. I'm not writing that down, okay? I think you know this turn on. And then after that, what you're going to do is you're going to press the key that says y equals. Okay, I'll put that right there. The key that says y equals is in the top left right there. Okay, and so when that happens, you may or may not have things in there. Mine has things in there. And on the older calculators, it's the same. It's just that the resolution isn't as high. And the graph isn't going to look colorful or anything like that, but it's going to do the same thing. All right, so what we're going to do after we go to y equals is we're going to then put each side in y1 and y2. Okay, so you don't know where the absolute value is. I gave you that one for a reason. So I'm going to show you where that is. All right, so did you write that down? So we're going to put each side in y1 and y2. All right, so for 1/3, you could just use the 1 divided by 3. For the x, guys, for the x, do you see this button that says x, comma, t, comma, theta, comma, n? That's your x. So you're going to press that. It's going to put an x in. For the squared, there's 2 ways you can do that. You can use the x squared key, which is right here, or you can use the caret key, which is right below the clear button. So caret, if I did that, it would just raise it to the second. On the older calculators, it just shows you a caret to the second, and that's the same thing. Okay, so we have 1/3 x squared plus 2x plus 9. Nope, minus 9. All right, so that's what's in your y1 right now. I'm going to wait and walk around. Just make sure you're good. If you need help, let me know. Does this folder have? Okay, try it again. Okay. Did you write that down? One little note that I'm going to have you write down at the end. Because many of the stuff or many of the equations we're solving, to put an absolute value in, you are going to use the math key, and then you're going to go to the number menu. Okay, so write that down. If you ever want to know how do I put in an absolute value, you're going to go to the math key and the number menu. All right, so now we're going to put in our other side in Y2. All right. So once I get to Y2, the equation is 6 plus. I don't need the absolute value yet, but now I need an absolute value, and this is what I was talking about. The math menu is underneath the alpha, so it's underneath the alpha button, and if you press it and arrow over to number, the very first thing you see is ABS. That's the absolute value. For the newer calculators, it puts those bars in. The older calculators, it says ABS, and that's fine. Okay? All right, so we're going to put it in. And I will wait. Yours just says ABS. Yeah. Yours says ABS. You didn't get to it? Yeah. Can I steal this? I didn't even let your scroll. In the older version, it's going to look like this. That's the absolute value. It's going to say ABS x plus 2, and that's the same thing. Okay? Okay, well, I'm glad we're finally getting to use it. All right, you ready? For most of the things that we do today, we want to go to, we want to tell the calculator to just be right in the middle, because we can tell it where to graph, okay? Just do me a favor a second. Would you press the window key? We're not doing anything yet. That's what my window looks like. But I'm just telling you, as we start to learn this year, we're just going to do a little bit today. This tells you, you know how when we draw a graph, X and Y, and we put numbers on there, this tells you what to put. Like if I wanted to put -5 to 5, I would input in here -5 to 5. On our calculators, there's something called a standard viewing window. And to get to it, what we can do is use the zoom feature. So I'm going to show you that. Okay, so after we put each side in Y2 and Y1, what we're going to do is we're going to graph by pressing zoom, the zoom key, and then you're gonna, I believe it's number 6, because that's zoom standard, okay? All right, I'm gonna go back to my y equals. Oh, I don't know why there's an 8 on mine. There is. All right, so zoom is right up here. And then do you see how 6 is zoom standard? You can arrow down if you want, or you can just press the number 6. And you should see something show up on your screen. So this is, there are advantages of the graphing calculator, and it is something we're going to use, but Decimus definitely is, for the graphing part, more user-friendly, because if I wanted to see solutions at this point on Decimus, I could just drag the screen. This, I'm going to have to zoom out. Okay, so we're going to just try zooming out for now. So if you go to zoom, do you see how there's a zoom out? Okay. We're going to zoom out, and you're going to have to enter, and we're going to see if we can get a better picture. There we go. Did you hit enter? Okay. Okay. Right now. Oh, so then there's a flat. These are all scattered files, so we're going to check that might be anywhere. Oh, it just is graphing that. There we go. Okay, do you all have a screen where you can see the intersections?
Yes.
Okay. No.
That's not green.
Okay.
I put enter on zoom out and it does nothing.
Did you hit enter one more time?
That's a problem.
Okay.
See, I did not know.
I'm going to write this down, then we're going to do one, then I'll answer questions. To find the intersections, what you're going to do, make sure you write this down. You're going to press second. You're going to press the trace key. Let's find a pen that works. You're going to press number 5. It's the intersect. And then you're going to have to hit enter once you're on that screen 3 times. So after you're done writing that down, I'll show you. I'll do it with you, but I'm just waiting to make sure you wrote it down. So because this is all of our steps now, okay? All right. Are you with me? So we're going to press the second key, which is right below the y equals. We're going to then press the trace key, and it's going to bring you to this menu. We're going to hit number 5. Okay. Then it's going to give you some prompts, and this is why you have to hit enter 3 times. It's going to say first curve, and the cursor is going to be on the first curve, but you don't have to do anything. So all you have to do is press enter once. That's once. Hit enter. It was 1 time. Did you all hit enter? Once? Okay. Then it's going to say second curve. Hit enter again. No thinking required. The 3rd time, it says guess. You don't even really have to get close, but you have to there's 2 intersection points, right? You have to get closer to the one that you want. That's all. So I'm going to make sure I'm a little bit closer to this. I'm not going to even try a big guess. And I hit enter my 3rd time. All right. Did you get what I got? 5.797, 13.797. Okay. I'm going to draw my little screen. Looks something like this. And then I'm just going to write my answers down. One of them was the X, so 5.797. That was my first one. All right, we're going to do it again for the second one. So now you get a chance to practice again. We're going to press second. We're going to press trace. We're going to press intersect. First curve, hit enter. Second curve, hit enter. But this time before you hit the 3rd enter, you got to move the cursor so it's closer to the other one. So you just use your right arrow, get it closer to the other one. This time I get the intersection is 12.197. Okay. I know there's going to be some questions. So, if you have questions for me, then I want you to wait. If you don't have questions for me, I'm going to have you try one on your own. Okay. Try that one on your own if you got it. If you don't, then I'm going to